Hello, everyone. It's Mike Annie here with the Mosaic Mortgage Group. I'm reaching out to you today because I had an interesting conversation with some agents, and we had talked about a script or your response when buyers tell you that they're waiting for a market crash. Anybody heard that yet? It is definitely a question or a concern. Many of the buyers that are entering the market, no matter when they've been entering over the last several years, is when is the market going to crash? So here's my take, and it's something my own opinion. Everybody has to develop their own, but I wanted to share this for you, just so you had context, and then maybe it helps you answer a question when you get, is the market going to crash? So I think in terms of where the housing inventory is, obviously it's robust, and it's number one going to be driven by jobs and a lot of global, a lot of nationwide economics. But still here in the area, our housing market, we are underhoused. So my response goes something like this. So a decline. There's a difference between a crash and a decline. There's a difference between a crash and a correction. I think what we've seen over the last couple months was a correction. We had hyper appreciation for some time, and now we've seen it a little bit tailor off a little bit in terms of buyers not always paying over asking. So that correction is part of the cycle. It's not, and you can't go up forever. You're not going to go down forever. So a correction is different than a crash. So clients that are thinking about a crash, here's what I think is going to happen. If we see a crash, it's going to be pre-forecasted by a couple things. Number one, we're going to start seeing jobs laid off, not just when companies merge and right sizing. We're going to see some mass layoffs where people are losing their jobs. That's going to be the first thing that we're going to see. And that will affect the second thing, which will be rental vacancies. Right. So right now, rental vacancies are low and rental incomes are stable. So I think as we see job layoffs, the second thing we'll see is more rental vacancies because people will likely move out of the area if they're not employed here because it is costly to live. After rental vacancies increase, the third thing we're going to see is rental costs go down. So while we have more rentals to choose from, the people that are renting their properties, we'll see a decrease in rental values before we see a decrease in housing. So we'll see mass layoffs. Again, this will be, something like we saw back in 2006 or 7. Mass layoffs leading to more rental vacancies, leading to a decrease in decrease in rental costs, which will then make it more affordable people to rent than it would be to buy. And then the last thing we would see, I think, would be, as far as a crash is concerned, a significant decrease in housing, but that's all driven by jobs. So all of that stuff will be telegraphed by those sequences, because as long as we have jobs, Apple's opening a campus, Google's acquired some square footage in San Jose. A lot of companies, there's been a Japanese and a Chinese company that are making major investments in corporate real estate. All of those things lead to jobs. So while we have seen a bit of a correction, until we see it really change in terms of the jobs and employment, local unemployment starting to increase, I think our housing market is going to be relatively robust. So as long as, the sooner you can buy, as long as it's affordable and for the long term, getting in sooner than later will always be a good thing. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you if that's useful for you and your new clients or your new leads who are interesting, because everybody's a little bit panicked when you're looking at buying some of the most expensive real estate in the area. So I hope that helps you, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks so much.